freaky friends. I'm Colleen.
And I'm Margaret.
And we're
the cousins weird.
I have to be ever since I did that one time. I feel like I need to be a Muppet. Hi, friends. It's been a week. Last time we did a recording, I sounded like I had smoked 10 packs of cigarettes. I sound a little bit. And I had COVID. So that was great. And I spread it. I tried to spread it to everyone, but it didn't work because they're vaccinated. So that was good.
But you are too.
I know. I was a breakthrough case, but I think that I really, really believe that I would have been hospitalized. I was so sick. And then I had to have the antibody infusion. So that actually made a huge difference. But it's so weird because with COVID, like, I felt like it was attacking, like, the weakest parts of me, like, because I just had the neck surgery. Like, my neck hurt worse than after the surgery. I was in, like, a level 8 pain. It was awful. And it was, like, so weird that COVID was, like, it was, like, attacking my neck. It was just, I don't understand why. It's the weirdest virus. I just couldn't believe how I felt. It was the weirdest thing, but I'm feeling much better than I did. That's good. Yay for science.
Good. Yay, science! Woohoo!
So we're back. And see, we were a little late posting last week because I was sick. And I couldn't focus to do it. Like, your brain gets in like a fog, right? And then, yesterday, we both kind of forgot it was Sunday because I'm still quarantined. And
I'm technically quarantined as well because Jefferson County public health sucks.
Yeah, Mark's quarantined because her back hurts from her job, which makes perfect sense.
And I'm fatigued, and I get chronic migraines, and because I had a headache within the last 3 days, and I have a backache because I spent Friday 6 hours straight hunched over people's faces doing eyelash extensions. And I'm fatigued because of having COVID last January. I'm still fatigued. So those all mean that I have symptoms and I have to quarantine. Even with a negative test, you still have to quarantine. They're not releasing people early for a negative test in Jefferson County.
It doesn't make any sense. I think Lewis County is doing that, but not Jefferson. And
it sucks because I live in Jefferson County, but I work in Lewis County.
I know. It's so weird. But yesterday we both forgot it was Sunday. And well, I was like, oh, I have to finish up my research. I had all my notes done. I just hadn't put them in the order I wanted it. And I was doing it, and it was taking me longer. And Margaret's like, can we just do it tomorrow? Yes, let's do it tomorrow. So it's Monday, and we're recording on the day that we're going to release, which we never do. But, you know, COVID puts a wrench in a lot of things, and we just have to go with what we got, right?
Yep.
So I missed Thanksgiving. That was sad. My brother was up. I didn't get to see him, or my niece and nephew who were here. So that sucked. But I am feeling better, and I go back to work on Wednesday, and I'm excited to get out of my house because I've been in here since Sunday of last week. So I'm sick of these dogs. I love my dogs, but I don't want to look at them anymore. Anyway, I do have a cough drop in my mouth, and I'm sorry if the noises are bothersome. I just need it because I don't want to cough in your ears.
I hear little toenails. I think it's Piper's toenails.
Yeah, and my dogs are here, so you're going to hear toenails. Piper's trotting about in here. Go. Shoo shoo.
I can hear her toenails clicking around.
The clicky clacker. I always tell her.
You remember, okay, when we were kids and we would watch soap operas, the women, no matter what they were doing, they could have been home and just got out of bed, and they're walking around and you always hear their clippity-clip heels. That's what your dogs sound like. Like high-maintenance soap opera queens that wear heels all the time.
That's Piper. She is a high-maintenance soap opera queen. She's very, very much a diva, and she spends 90% of her life under a blanket. You must cover her. And then when she's not under the blanket, she's clickety-clacking her heels around.
She's an old lady, though. She's an old dachshund.
An old queen.
Yeah. Wiener dog. She's the queen
dog.
weenie. She's the weenie queen.
So, it's Christmas time, so we're gonna start bringing you some the holiday episodes. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday ever. However, I can get down with the holly jolly of Christmas. I love Christmas too. But today we're going to celebrate
the holly jolly Christmas. Such a dork.
Time of the year.
Yeah.
We're going to take it to maybe the dark side of Christmas today. Here in America, we have Santa Claus and his elves. He has elves that help him. Well, in Europe, they have St. Nicholas, where Santa Claus kind of originates from. He has Krampus. And Krampus isn't like a cute little elf. Krampus is horrifying.
He's Sandy Claus.
He's like Sandy Claus. I wonder, though, if that's where they got the Sandy Claus idea. Interesting.
Santa Claus. He's got claws.
He is a character of the European Alpine folklore. So, like, you're thinking Austria, Switzerland, like that area. With pagan beliefs around this winter solstice. So he's believed to be pre-Christianity. Came from way back, but no one really knows the main origin. Believe that he is the son of Hel, Hel, who is the ruler of the Norse underworld. And the name Krampus is from the Greek word krampen, meaning claw. So, right there kind of tells you that he's not so sweet and nice.
He's not holly jolly at all.
Not holly jolly. He doesn't have a bowl full of jelly for a belly. So Krampus is 7 feet tall. He's part goat, demon, and human, I guess. So he's a third of each. He has one hoof and one human foot. And no one knows why. That's the thing, but he's always depicted with that. Black fur all over his body. He has a long, pointy tongue. That
Ew. That's Gene Simmons, baby.
Yeah. He's got horns growing from his skull. He carries chains that he clings around and birch branches called rootin that he fought at children. And he has a basket on his back that if you're very naughty, he will shove you in and take you to hell. He may torture you, he may drown you, or he could eat you, depending on how bad you are.
Nice.
So he's kind of terrifying. So
kind of.
In the 17th century, we talked about Christianity and how it kind of tied everything into pagan beliefs to kind of get the pagans to believe in get rid of their gods and believe into the Christian God, right? So, they again took something from the pagan beliefs and tied it into Christianity in about the 17th century in this area of Europe. He was paired in with Saint Nicholas, who was an actual person. He was a bishop who helped poor children, and so they kind of used him in December. There's Saint Nicholas Day, which is December 5th. So the Krampus is paired with Saint Nicholas. So Saint Nicholas brings treats and goodies to the children. They'll put their shoe outside, and then if they're good, they'll get a treat in their shoe. Now, in America, if you're bad, Santa, you get coal, right? You get coal in your stocking. And get a present. That's how it is. But that wasn't enough. Krampus would show up with Santa, and he would, now if you were kind of naughty, you would just get a bundle of birch in your shoe, so that your parents could whip you with it.
That's so nice. Here, he's very nice, because he's like, your kids are naughty here, you need to teach them a lesson. Here's the birch switch, so just give them a switch in. Yeah,
and then they would hang that birch switch on the wall as a reminder all year long. Sometimes they say that he put coal in their shoe also. Another thing said that he wouldn't nothing would be put in there. So if there was nothing in their shoe in the morning when they woke up, they had to cut the tongue out, boil it, and eat it while their family laughed at them.
What?
Yes. They had to eat the tongue out of their shoe, boiled, as their family laughed at them.
Whose tongue was it?
It was the tongue of the shoe. The shoe.
The
tongue.
shoe's tongue? That's
yes.
awful.
I know.
Have like their own tongue. That's awful. That's horrible.
That would be awful too. So what the legend says is that the eve before St. Nicholas's Day, which is December 5th, so on December 6th is St. Nicholas's Day. The eve before, which is called Krampus night. Not. But that translates to Krampus night. That St. Nicholas and Krampus travel across the towns and visit each home. If the child were good, St. Nicholas would leave treats in their shoe. If they weren't so good, Krampus left birch sticks, or coal, or nothing, and you'd eat your tongue of your shoe. And if they were really bad, Krampus would shove them in his sack and take them to hell. Now, he would take them there for a year so they'd learn their lesson and they could come back the following year, or he'd eat them if they're really bad. So, never knew when Krampus showed up. So I read this little thing about this lady who talked about the tradition, because they literally had people dressed, like way, way, way back when, had people dressed up, one person dressed up as St. Nicholas and one person dressed as Krampus, and they would come to your home and they would terrorize the children would be horrified because they could hear his chains coming, and they wouldn't know if Krampus gonna, like, was I good enough? Like, they didn't know. So they were traumatized. Children were traumatized. Yeah. So they really did practice this tradition to carry on the legend. They acted it all out in these small towns. And in 1923, so this is many, many, many years after, Christianity came about and all this stuff, there was an election in Austria that led to a fascist regime. Them and along with the Christian Social Party banned Krampus. For one, they thought it had too many ties with the devil. And they thought
that he took him to hell. I mean, that's, I could see that.
Now they think that, like, before, like, Krampus, the underworld and stuff, it was a little different. Like, the pre-Christianity, he was more of just, like, to get kids to, listen, like, to be, wrangle in wild children, basically. Where when Christianity came, it tied it more to the devil and Satan and all that stuff. It made it a little more scary, actually. So they banned it, and the government wrote a pamphlet that was titled "Krampus is an Evil Man." I don't know why that was so funny to me, but. And they said that we can't celebrate Krampus not anymore. Because he's evil and we don't want to bring evil into our society. But you can't keep the Krampus down, Margaret. You just can't. Krampus was too much into the traditions of this area, and near the end of the century, they began celebrating again Krampusnacht, and it still continues to this day. So it's huge in Austria, Germany, Hungary, in the Czech Republic, that area. It's like they celebrate Krampusnacht, and that's what they do. So there's a thing called now, and they started it once they started celebrating again in the end of the century, called Krampuslauf, which is translated as Krampus Run. And like I said, it's a tradition in Austria, Germany, Hungary, Slovakia, and Czech Republic, just to name a few of the areas. So it's